Off-road RC car racing is a great sport, but it can get very frustrating when you start struggling to match the car to your conditions. Issues like when the car won't rotate, it's rolling over in the ruts, or on landing, it's all over the place. It's quick, but it's hard to drive, and you're fighting it on every single lap. You don't have the confidence to push, and you don't know what to change. Should you go thicker on the diff oil or thinner? Is the shock package the problem, or is it the roll center? Is the ride height even in the correct window? RC Bench can help. An AI race engineer that already knows your specific chassis and every adjustment available on your car and the track conditions you're racing on. Built by racers, who also happen to architect AI systems for a living. You don't need a technical vocabulary, you just need to say what the car's doing. So you pick up your phone and you tell it. The car's quick, but it's hard to drive. It won't rotate on entry. It's rolling over in the ruts. And you want to calm it down without losing speed. That's the whole question. The way you'd say it to a local pro at your own track. And what comes back isn't a generic lecture on suspension theory. It's targeted feedback for your current setup, your track conditions, and your skill level. RC Bench isn't making guesses about your car, it knows your specific brand and model. You pick your actual chassis when you start a setup. 35 of them across 14 brands, nitro and electric. And every adjustment you see from then on is one your car actually has, not a generic form you bend to fit. Ask a general AI about your buggy and it'll answer with total confidence and tell you to run something your car physically can't do. RC Bench won't. It already knows what's on your car, so when it talks about ride height or droop, it's inside the range your chassis actually has, which sounds insignificant until it saves you a practice run or a qualifier getting the car where you need it to be. Most racers keep their setups in a notebook or in their heads. Or, if we're honest, not at all. Every position on the car lives in one place. Shock oil, springs, pistons, camber, toe, ride height, droop, tires, and compound, diff oils, gearing and drive shafts. So the setup that worked at that track in those conditions is still there next season, and you can easily clone the setup and tune-up for your current conditions. You make a change and you save it. Next time you ask it a question, it already knows what you changed. Here, extra down travel has just gone in, front and rear. Then the question is why the car's understeering. Look at the answer. It's talking about the down travel that just went in. It doesn't start from scratch every time, and neither do you. The biggest time saver happens before you leave the house. You put your setup into RC Bench and you tell it the conditions you're expecting, surface, grip, and weather, and it'll start you on tires and a base setup before you've even loaded the car. Then at the event you walk the track, put the real conditions in, and ask it straight out, how ready is this car? So you roll out for first practice with a base setup that makes sense, instead of burning 2 runs finding out you're nowhere. Tire choice can have a massive effect on how your day goes. RC Bench covers 13 brands and 117 models. Filter by the surface you're actually racing on. Hardpack, loose, dusty, or damp. Expand a tire model and it tells you what it's for. The conditions, the surface, and honestly what it's good at and what it isn't. So no more standing there trying to remember which tire works on what. The system also has a gearing calculator. Capture the spur gear and pinion on the gearing calculator, tire diameter and motor kV voltage if it's an electric buggy, and you get your final drive, your internal ratio, your rollout, and roughly where you'll land on top speed. 30 seconds instead of a phone calculator and a guess. Most of us run more than one car, and most of us can't remember what we last serviced on which one. RC Bench offers a complete RC car maintenance tracking system where every car you own gets its own service history. Diffs, shocks, bearings, drive shafts, engine, and electronics. You log a service when you do it, and it shows you how long it's been since. Wow! 145 days since those shocks were bled. So nothing gets missed because you were sure you'd already done it. ESC tuning is a bit of a black art, and plenty of racers shy away from it. The ESC guide is a second AI, and it understands what your track conditions are like so that it can give you better tuning advice. You select your specific ESC and tell the AI what you need for race tuning. It can also help you troubleshooting an issue you might have. If you race with a team or a couple of mates at the same track, you can use the Teams feature to seamlessly share setups in one place and pull any of them straight into your own library. And you can easily compare setups by viewing two setups side by side to see exactly what's different. 25 settings different, 22 the same, camber, shock towers, spring colors, and diff oils. This helps racers easily see what is different on their setup compared to the rest of the team. RC Bench is on the App Store and on Google Play. Download it now. Put your car in, tell it your track conditions, and ask it what to change. You'll know inside one session whether it belongs on your pit table. RC Bench. Stop guessing. Built for racers who are serious about their program.